let's jump back over to these presets, because there's a place where everything's sort of been set for you. And let me show you an example where we can go right to classical music here with the Bach preset, and it'll bring up a picture of Bach and some rainbow colors, and it'll have a Bach prelude playing the chords, and then you are the person who's going to be playing all the notes. So start it out, and the bass line will go, and you can jump in any time, and it's going to be perfectly in key. And you go into the dark part there, and it's going to get very low. So at any time you can pause it, and then you can actually go pick another graphic. So on the far right of the settings is the photo library. Now these are some stock pictures that we provide, and you can also choose from your own photos or take a picture. And right now I'm going to go to one of my favorites, Warm and Cool, which is a very straightforward thing, but it's also got some nice playability. And so we can just leave the same music going, hit play again, and so you can play that way. Now we can try one of the other presets where it's a little more, rocking. Let's try the graffiti, and you'll hear it's got a little bit more of an urban kind of vibe to it. And basically this one you just put some headphones on and just kind of let yourself play with the sounds. It's got some slap basses and things like that. I'm sure you'll play with that. And then you can always just bring out the mixer and try autoplay on there. So I've got that now. I can just mix some things out. Let's just see what we got there. So that's just my green voice. So let's bring up the red voice. Now let's say I wanted to make that an octave lower. I'll switch that over to a keyboard actually, and then I have these little octave keys, and I can set that like that and then hit there. Or if I wanted to go directly and shift by an octave, I could just click in there and slide out, and it will immediately change the octave. So click and slide is instant octave. Touch and then change will change to the next octave after you switch the keyboard octave. And then we can go back to the mixer and bring in our other voices. Bring our bass back in. Alright, so that's that preset. And we have the Country Road, which is a hand crafted painting that you can play by hand, and it plays bluegrass music. That's kind of fun. You go up into the sky, it's higher notes, down into the trees, it's a bit lower. And that plays a famous bluegrass song. And you can always go into the music settings while it's playing and turn things off. Like I could turn the drums off and leave the bass on, change the tempo, and then go back and start playing. So that's that preset. And you have one of my favorites is the blues. And this one follows the finger path as it shows up there. Draw with the finger to change the path. And that's a type of autoplay that follows whatever you draw. So if I just draw around like this and spiral around there and go back up to his hat and like that and keep on drawing, it's going to follow the path that I just drew. And I can show you where you can set all those types of autoplay paths. That's over here in the Pixound tab. and you'll see here the type is drawn path, and you have these different types. Horizontal goes back and forth like this. Vertical goes up and down like this. Zigzag goes just straight back and forth. And then circular will, wherever you drag it, the thing will go around in a circle. And orbital will sort of follow the tip of your finger in a little orbit. Drawn path, the one you just saw. Tilt is a nice one where you tilt the device to move the ball. Bounce is where you throw the little ball against the sides of the device to play it. And then random will just randomly bounce around inside whatever area you select. So those are all fun to play with in different settings. Color tolerance is used to control how much you want color to change before Pixound thinks it's a new color. So in other words, if its color tolerance is very high, that means it's moving along and it goes, hey, you know, that's not a new color yet. I don't really